I have here a shoe that was given to us by a priest. This shoe was found on the border. This shoe belonged to somebody who was in search for the American dream.
Well, it started in front of the nation's capital in November, where a tent went up for 31 days to be able to impress upon Congress to act for comprehensive immigration reform. So we did that through fasting and prayer connected with action. Right now, if a vote were called, it would pass the House, but Speaker Boehner doesn't allow a vote. If Congress doesn't act, though, the president has, we believe, the responsibility to act. So either relief needs to come through the administration or through Congress. Obviously, we would like Congress to act and take care of this comprehensively, but they failed to do it. We're coming up on a year since it passed the Senate. It's been in the House that whole time. So myself and 3 other of my colleagues, we fasted for 22 days on only water. And it was an amazing experience. I've never done anything like that before, and to be able to be in an environment where your body is weakening every day, but on the other side, your spirit is actually getting stronger.
Did you have any health issues after your fast?
You know, we had excellent medical care. Every day we would get checked by a doctor, and we had a nurse with us 24 hours a day. So they really, took care of making sure that we were all right. And that's the other thing, is that it was a fast, not a hunger strike. The hunger strike is you stay without food until you get what you want or you die. None of us wanted to be a martyr. Thank God I didn't have any real issues afterward. I had to come back slowly. It took 7 days until I could eat again. I actually was on baby food for the first 3 days. Yeah, so, we're going to go throughout the country with 2 buses. This is the northern route, and we're going to, in total, hit 75 congressional districts and hit 32 states with the message of action and action now.
What do you think it's going to take to get this passed?
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting question, because we've never been this far before. And we've actually never had this overwhelming support before. Every major poll you look, the country is with us. American citizens want to see this happen. We have a small group of people in one party that's trying to stop it. And we're asking people, Speaker Boehner, to show courage. And this is his moment. We're not doing this for immigrants. We're doing this for America. Everybody benefits by this happening, and that's why we're so committed to it.
I'm here today because I support what's happening here. What's happening here is drawing attention to the plight of the undocumented immigrant and the needed reform we have to face for our businesses, for our faith communities, and for the people that are here but need to be able to be inclusive in our society. Corporations and business leaders in Minnesota and around the nation have spoken about the benefits of passing federal immigration reform.
Every city we visited, we hear people's cry and children suffering. I'm a product of family immigration. The lawmakers are saying family immigration is not helping America. We're not contributing to America. Living in South Korea was not easy. There was a dictatorship, especially when you were born in North Korea like my mom. Because of the long waiting, my brother aged up. He was 22 years old when visa was approved. And I was 18, so I could come with the family, but my brother could not come with us because according to the immigration law, when you are over 18, you're not part of the family. We're gonna pray to move House leadership's minds and heart so they can really see the suffering of the people. They can really listen to children's crying, and really they can understand this is not about politics.
I was brought to the United States by my parents when I was 3 years old and did not know or think about my status until I was 13. Ever since I was a little girl and learned about my father's service in the Mexican Air Force, I dreamed about one day making a difference by enlisting in the United States Armed Force. I know that I am perfectly capable of serving honorably and making my country proud. However, my deferred action status bars me from enlisting in the Navy and following my father's footsteps. This is why I urge my Congressman John Kline to work with the House Speaker John Boehner and the rest of the leadership to pass immigration reform this year.
My grandfather came to Minnesota from Latvia 116 years ago. Minnesota gave him refuge. It should do no less for today's immigrants. All of those 11 million who wish to become citizens and who are hardworking and contributing to America, they should be also permitted to become citizens. And it should be done this year. That is a duty. That's a moral duty. And the duty weighs on us all, but it weighs most heavily on the U.S. House of Representatives. Their inaction is a choice. It's an immoral choice, and it's unacceptable. And the roll is called, those who have stood in the way, they're going to be overcome. They will be outvoted, and they will be voted out.
This support is interdenominational, interfaith, ecumenical, and unequivocal. And so too are the immigrants among us, message bearers to us. Their messages tell of stories of fear and hope, persecution and liberation, violence, and flight for safety. However, what I'm also hearing is that our nation's immigration system is failing to live up to the standards of fundamental human decency. Caregivers, pastors, rabbis, imams are scrambling to help those who have had their livelihood stolen from them by raids and workplace enforcement actions. We cannot continue to enforce bad law that criminalizes people because of bad policies and partisan political bickering and gamesmanship. 2nd District Congressman John Kline has served his country with bravery and distinction. Now we need him to exercise a different kind of bravery. People should not have to fast, should not have to go hungry to be heard. We need Congressman Kline to exercise a new kind of moral and political bravery, one that transcends partisanship and steps to the front as a forthright Republican leader for immigration reform that protects families, maintains our traditions as an immigrant welcoming nation, and provides for our future economy.
You all can smile.